Hey, Alanna, how's it going? It's so good to see you.
Hey, I'm excited to be here. I'm excited to have this conversation with you today.
Wonderful. Awesome. Well, for those of you that don't know Alanna yet, let me tell you a little bit about her because she's really incredible. And I'm just so glad that you're going to be speaking at Lemon Rebellion next week. So Alanna is a resilience and well-being expert who helps people build their resilience and coping skills, bringing about long-term change in their health, wellness, work performance, and the full spectrum of their lives. She's a Duke-trained integrative health coach and the CEO founder of Wellbeing with Alanna, where she partners with individuals, groups, and leaders in making transformational change. She's also the SVP Director of Content and SaaS Resilience Solution, meQuilibrium. Did I get that right?
Good.
It's a very cool name, where she teaches and trains people in top companies around the world in the skills and science of resilience. A recent breast cancer survivor, Alanna has had to put her health and resilience to the test and knows the power of resilience and coaching firsthand. She specializes in working with stressed out type A's, as she is a recovering one herself, and moving them to what she calls type H, healthy, happy, healed, and hot. I love that. Alana's worked in the health and well-being field for most of her career at some of the world's largest and most recognizable media brands, including Elle Magazine and Martha Stewart Omnimedia. Alana, that is a heck of a bio. Again, so excited to have you here with us. And next week, you're going to speak to us about going from type A to type H, unlocking your personal power to be healthy, happy, hot, and healed. I got them out of order, but those are the right ones. Busting through BS beliefs and getting unstuck and playing big. Everybody is going to be very excited about coming to hear you speak. That sounds absolutely incredible. Tell us more about what you're going to be sharing with us and what this means for those of us that'll show up to listen.
Absolutely. Well, so I, as you said, am a fully recovering type A personality type, which is, the personality type that is anxiety prone, prone to burnout, pushes all the time, just always feels incredibly stressed out, like you're never living up to your standards and all that. We all know that type A stuff. And
Mhm.
I have just my whole life been type A, anxiety driven, perfectionist, and just lived that way for a long time. And there are upsides to it for sure. Like it definitely has driven me to be successful in a lot of ways, but there are significant downsides. And I was 2 years ago, I was on the outside, type A, very successful, had all the things, parenting, momming hard, eating well, exercising, great job, all that. But inside, just feeling like things were kind of falling apart, just so stressed out, so burned out, just felt kind of empty, felt the walls kind of closing in around me. And then I got diagnosed with breast cancer. And I had to change. It was a real wake up call. I think so many of us have those moments. Maybe something different happens to you, but people have those pivotal moments, those wake up calls. And for me, that really was a wake up call that I need to stop putting myself last, put myself first, create boundaries, create sort of this core of self care and self love, and really move away from this type A that is really just caused me a lot of pain in a lot of ways. And I moved myself from type A, what I call, to type H,
Mhm.
and really worked through, use all my skills around resilience, around health coaching, well being, yoga teacher, all the stuff, and yeah, and move myself to what I just coined type H. I
Love it.
healthy, happy, healed, and hot. And what we mean by hot, hot's fun to say, right? But really what I mean by that is like lit up, empowered, confident. And who doesn't want that? So that's kind of
Absolutely.
the short story.
Absolutely. That's incredible. How exciting. So tell me more about this focus on resilience. How do you work with people in building their resilience?
Yeah, so I am a senior vice president, as you said, at a company called meQuilibrium, which is a SaaS solution. So, a software as a service solution for large multinational companies. We are sold into the large multinational companies and offer it as a free benefit to the employees, because we know when you can build your resilience, you are happier, you're more engaged, lower healthcare costs, and all around. And so we are built around the science of resilience and the work of Dr. Andrew Chate, who is our chief science officer. And this is really, I mean, resilience comes down to, and I get the privilege of teaching and training people all over the world in the skills of resilience and developing the content in the product. And resilience really comes down to so much. It's born from positive psychology. So it's really about managing our stress and managing our thinking styles, managing our default ways that we view the world and see the world, those BS beliefs I'm talking about, those limiting beliefs. It's really all about looking at those and using proven methods to sort of reroute yourself and rewrite those beliefs and those thoughts.
That sounds really interesting as well. I should have said this actually the very first thing I said to you, that congratulations on making all these changes in your life that have allowed you to overcome breast cancer. That is absolutely incredible. And I'm very, very happy for you. And I'm sure that is very inspiring for many people, because they're going to want to know, what did you do? And I know you're going to get into all of this more next week at the live when you share. And, if you haven't signed up yet, sign up at lemonrebellion.com. But tell us a little bit, what shifts did you make, and what are the key components of becoming type H and all of those things in type H that you mentioned? We definitely are dying to know.
Absolutely. Yeah. Everything I'm going to share next week are things that I do and that I had to put to the test. When I was going through my breast cancer treatment, there was so much uncertainty.
Sure.
So much, I didn't know, and those skills around resilience were so key then. But so I'll be sharing some of that and some of that journey. But in the end, the healthy, happy, healed, and hot is really, healthy is really about self-care. And self-care is ultimately about self-love. And because we can't do anything if we don't have that self-love for ourselves, and if we're not caring for ourselves, if we're not building that strong sense of self inside, it's really hard to do anything else if we don't have any boundaries up, if we're not, if not doing any of that. So we start with that healthy and that self-care piece. And then the healed part is really about healing some of those, those thinking traps that we fall into, those mindsets, those BS beliefs that hold us back. There's so many of these old stories that we talk about that we just replay over and over. And I work with my clients all the time on these. We all have them and we all replay them. How can we rewrite those and reroute ourselves around? And happy is all about, for me, positivity. And there's so much incredible research around the power of positivity and how you can incorporate that in your life. And it's really easy. There's small, proven techniques. Even when I was in the depths of uncertainty around my breast cancer treatment, I was using these techniques, and they're game changers, particularly living through a pandemic now. I mean, we can choose, sometimes we think we can only hold one emotion at a time. Like, I'm anxious, I'm angry, I'm frustrated, all these things, but we can hold two emotions at once. We can be anxious about what's going on in our world, but we can also find those moments of positivity and happiness and love at the same time. So I'll be talking about that and how we can do that.
Wow, that sounds wonderful. I am so excited for you to share next week. I think after listening to you, we've probably got a lot of people that are like, I am definitely showing up for Alanna's session, because that sounds like some really powerful messages, some really practical also guidance about how to apply this to our lives to be happy, healthy, healed, and hot. Awesome, Alanna.
Yes.
Thank you so much. Thank you again for showing up, for being part of this panel. I'm so excited to hear more from you. And if you haven't signed up yet, click the link. Again, it's www.lemonrebellion.com. The registration is free if you come to the live event on the 25th, and we can't wait to see you there. But thanks again, Alanna. We'll talk to you soon.
Bye.
Bye.